What up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Hit and Move Air Armor headgear. So if you guys are ready, let's dive right into it. So from a design standpoint, this headgear by Hit and Move is probably the most unique headgear that I've seen in the world of combat sports, in the whole fight business market. It actually reminds me of their turtle mitts, which I absolutely love. Let me just show you guys for comparison. So as you can see, the padding is like this padded shell padding here is probably inspired by the turtle mitts look, and holding these turtle mitts, I just absolutely love them. The padding on these is phenomenal, just, on a side note. So for Hit and Move to kind of stick to that theme, around the turtle mitts shell padding, and transferring that onto the Air Armor headgear, I think is a smart and brilliant move for them from a marketing standpoint, at least. As far as the actual padding, it's supposed to have like some micro layers in here, which really does do the job at dispersing shock and impact. I'll say compared to other headgears I've used on the market, this one here does the best job at kind of reducing the impact. And I know there's like a lot of controversy about whether you should wear headgear or should not. And it's really up to the individual. What headgear really is designed to do is prevent, cuts, bruises, and, actual like physical marks getting roughed up on your face, especially if you guys have jobs that, require you to not look like you got into a bar fight. So as far as protection, I think this does the best it can do. But just keep in mind, whenever you do get hit, whether you're wearing Winning, Reyes, or Hit and Move, you can have the most padded headgear on the market. The shaking of your head is what causes your brain to, slosh around and like kind of ricochet around your skull. That's what causes, CTE, brain damage, so on and so forth. What ultimately is going to save you when it comes to protection in the world of combat sports is your actual skill. All right, so the sweet science to hit and not get hit. But having an additional layer of protection, just like having boxing gloves for your fists, it can really make a big difference in, just overall safety, adding that extra layer of protection. But, keep in mind, again, your number one safety is for you, yourself, to protect yourself at all times. So, design standpoint, I actually really love it. Very cool, again, with the turtle shell padding. And it really does work as advertised. Whenever you take a shot with this, for me at least, like I feel the impact and the punches, like they feel deadened, more deadened upon impact. The shock really doesn't, propagate, as they say, throughout my skull. And, I just feel like I'm less wobbled in general when using the Air Armor by Hit and Move. So at the current time of recording, these are priced at $259 full price, but I believe they're on sale for $239 right now. So, depending on when you buy it, it's going to be around that $250 price point, which for some people could be a bit steep. But when it comes to safety and protection, I think investing in quality up front will really take you a long way. Instead of buying a cheaper headgear and later down the line you find that it's not for you, then you end up having to purchase like a different style of headgear. So I'd say save yourself the trouble and just invest up front, get something quality, and you won't be disappointed. In terms of weight, okay, Hit and Move claims that this is the slimmest, lightest headgear out there, and honestly it really is. It's super malleable, so it really does kind of conform to your facial structure. It's not bulky at all, not wonky. So like if you've ever had a bulky headgear in comparison, something like that, actually having a you know, bulky size headgear, it makes head movement, you know, a hair off. But when it comes to sparring and, you know, fighting, that's what it's all about. As they say, it's inches, centimeters, seconds, milliseconds, fractions of a second. So, you know, you move one wrong way, one little angle off, you can get popped in the head. And actually, you know, having a bigger headgear is going to make you a bigger target. And sometimes that could impede your vision. So, you know, let's talk about the vision. If it's super bulky, sometimes headgear will have a nose bar. And, you know, actually having a nose bar can be detrimental at times. You can really see shots that are coming from underneath, and it could be to your detriment. So looking at the greats like Floyd Mayweather, the best to ever do it, TBE, he always sparred, when I would observe him, with an open face, you know, just cheek protector style headgear. And that allows for maximum visibility with protection and maximum maneuverability. So for you to be able to see everything, for you to be able to move around in the ways you want, the open face cheek style headgears are probably going to be the closest simulation to real fighting as it gets, if you are going to invest in headgear. Looking at the details, you got the full lace-up enclosure on the back. You got 2 bars of padding that kind of run down here. The ear donuts are very nice as well, very well padded. And I just love this kind of sleek black finish, little glossy look that this headgear does have. You know, just having good lighting helps as well. Over in the front, of course, you have that micro shell padding. Their innovative, patented look and design. Right in the center of the forehead, you got the Hidden Move logo. You know, decent amount of padding, about 1.5 inches of padding right in the center, you know, because that's where people like to aim, right down the middle. On the cheek wings over here, you have about 1.75 to 2 inches of padding. So they put a lot of emphasis kind of on the chin, on the jaw over here. And, you know, depending on your facial structure, the cheek wings can sometimes, you know, get a little bit close. But, you know, for me, I have a very narrow, like, jaw, chin area. So before, you know, when I didn't really adjust this headgear properly, it would kind of come in and pinch my nose. So if you find that happening to you, where like you feel like the cheek wings are kind of pressing up against you, you know, messing up your breathing, what you first have to do, guys, is really, you know, make sure the back is tightened up. Because when you tighten up the back, it's going to kind of pull the cheek wings further back to more of a true fit. So everything when it comes to headgear, before you return it, before you freak out, before you start asking questions, is for you to put this on properly. Okay, so just trigger warning, I shaved my head the other day, but we're gonna try on the headgear anyways. Okay, I mean, I just shaved my head just to do it, just to, you know, start fresh. Call me One Punch Man if you want, whatever. So let's just start on how to put on the headgear itself. So on the top, you have 5 kind of loops over here that you put the actual laces through. All right, so when you get it, the laces should already be kind of pre-set up. So I'm just gonna loosen everything up and show you guys how it goes. All right. So the back, it's not going to be this tight when you get it. So you can kind of just start from there. All right, so putting on the headgear, you want to put it down, fit it to where your ears are within the ear donuts, first of all, okay? So get it within the ear donuts. Second of all, you want to pull it down to where it kind of goes at least, you know, right above your eyebrow area. And then from there, once you find yourself in a good position, you know, you don't want to go too low where you can't see, and you don't want to go too high up here, obviously. So again, fitting the headgear, first, at least get it down to your cheek, to your ears, where your ears are, you know, properly fitting within the air donut enclosure, and then pull it down to where it's kind of like in general above your eyebrows, forehead area. So once you get that spot, you want to cement that in by tying it so that it remembers this position. Okay, so once that's tied in, boom, you want to start looking at the back over here. So if you wanted to, you can start from the top. Okay, pull that, pull each one to where it is making contact with your head and really cinching it down. Okay, now from here, I'm going to tie. Boom. All right, so once that is nice and tight and secure, last thing to do is focus on the chin strap. So this Hidden Move headgear has a nice little buckle chin strap over here. And then you can just make some modifications if you want. So what I like to do is point my chin up and pull it down, pull it in, and I'm right here. Okay, so like before, the headgear would really be like that, pinching my nose together. But after some rounds of breaking it in, you know, the headgear kind of fits to your facial structure and adapts to, you know, your position over time. Wearing a mouthpiece as well is obviously gonna push the cheek protectors out. And again, for me, I'm feeling like most people will not have this problem where the cheek protectors are pinching their nose. Even in Hidden Move's promo videos, I'd see all the people there, even the females, you know, none of them had a real issue where the cheek wings were really inhibiting their breathing structure. And you know, if it really is, it might not be a bad thing for some of you that are worried about nose protection with the headgear on. And you know, every time people tend to get new headgear, they want to do like tests, right? Like kind of bumping little jabs here. I literally feel like zero impact when I'm hit with this, all right? This padding up here is done very well. And you know, depending on the kind of game you play, kind of guard you have, you know, everything's covered. All right, everything is covered with this headgear. I don't think people are gonna have issues with it. Again, the design, I love the design. The amount of protection, the amount of padding it has. Okay, it's not super bulky, doesn't weigh you down. Maybe my one critique would be this chin strap, which is a little bit on the longer side. And actually, guys, you know what? I'm gonna go out of my way and just say that I don't think this headgear can be used just for boxing. It can possibly be even used for mixed martial arts because of the slim, compact form factor. It's not going to be super bulky. Like, I'm saying more for wrestling, actually. I haven't really done that, but I just feel like because of the slim form factor, you probably could, you know, wrestle with this. It's definitely going to protect your ears. It's slim enough to like slip, get in the clinch, work head position. All right, let me put on my confidence again. Anyways, but guys, jokes aside, come on. Doesn't that look amazing? That just looks awesome. So for about $250 at the time of recording, you know, in that price range, I think you're gonna get a solid item, asset to your game. Design is great, protection is good, form factor, the lightest out there on the market. So Hidden Move often references Virginia Tech in their studies when coming up with this headgear, saying that it has comparable protection. Now, in the world of science, comparable protection is, you know, kind of like a humble way of saying, you know, it's right up there with the best of the best. For this headgear for them to state that this headgear has better protection, it would have to be statistically significant. So that would have to mean like out of the ballpark. So when they say comparable, it could mean as good or slightly better, you know, depending on who is wearing it and, you know, depending on user experience. So this could be better for a lot of folks out there. Okay? I don't doubt that. But, you know, you don't want to make an extraordinary claim without, you know, hard proof, hard science behind it. So Hidden Move, I think they did the right thing by just saying comparable protection. And they did test their model against the top Japanese and top Mexican brands on the market. And if you look at their promo videos, they'll obviously, for, you know, legal reasons, they had to tape off the logos of the other companies they were testing against. And, you know, respect to them, because they didn't want to throw anybody under the bus. They wanted to keep things civil. And, you know, after doing the study, they found it to be comparable against the top. Comparable protection, but here's the catch. It's lighter, it's smaller, has possibly better vision. So talking about all those things together, I think it makes this headgear almost the first of its kind, a game changer, as they say. And one last thing, if we, you know, really want to spec and geek out, if you look at the new NFL like training helmets, what the NFL players will do is they'll have their standard helmet and they'll put a layer called a Guardian cap over it. Just look up Guardian cap NFL and you're gonna see it resembles this shell style of padding. And guys, like, that shell style of padding is probably gonna be, honestly, the next wave in protective helmets, headgear in general, boxing, all of, you know, contact sports. And I think I'm glad to see, you know, Hidden Move, they kind of went out of their way to introduce something new, which is what boxing doesn't really have a lot of currently. A lot of boxing companies, fight gear companies, they try to look at the best, okay? So winning is kind of the gold standard. They'll look at winning and just make kind of like a replica, a clone of that model. You know, so many headgears out there just look like a winning headgear, face bar, or open style cheek protector. So, you know, glad to see Hidden Move trying to do different things. And I think for them taking a huge risk, because it is a risk. All right. Like, why are they going to make something that looks totally different from the market standard, from what everybody wants, and expect it to do well? All right. That's like, only a fool would do that, but they believed in what they were doing. All right. This is why they're trying to reach out to people, get the word out. And, you know, they're trying to back it up, guys. Like, they're taking a risk because they truly believe in their product, and after using it, it is legit. It's the real deal. Like, and it looks different. Okay, it's not going to be, again, like a winning style clone, Cleto Reyes style headgear. Even those might look good. It might be up some people's alleys, but again, just having something different, and who knows, maybe the world of boxing will follow suit after, you know, after they start seeing more and more people and maybe getting a hands on this their self. So I'm gonna stop talking now, guys. The Hidden Move Air Armor headgear, links gonna be in the description. Use my promo code if you want to save some money on it. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video. Peace.